Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to start a channel for a while, and I've read a very good book. I've watched a ton of videos, but the reality is, to start a YouTube channel, the first thing you have to do is start making videos. You're going to make a lot of really bad videos to begin with, so welcome to my first really bad video. Hope you at least get some laughs out of it. Thanks. Okay, my goal for today is we are going to build this out. This is the first step here, but I want to save all the 4x4s and the steps. There's the lumber that I've purchased, believe it or not. That's about $216 worth of lumber. It's 1 2x12, 4 2x6s, and 5 pieces of decking. And we're going to build that deck out so that this grill can fit on it. This little deck, which is starting to rot, can go away. And the one thing I've always hated about this deck, if you see how all the leaves collect down there, that's not good. No matter how much I rake them out every spring, this is what I end up with. So that is our goal for today. So first we'll get going on demo. My other goal is to learn how to use this new Flow 360 Insta360 Flow, I don't even know what you call it, thing that I got for my phone. Because I've taken some videos hand holding them and they're unwatchable. So this is going to come out all the way out to the fence, and that post should come all the way out to the edge of the concrete, and then the stairs are going to sit on that little thing that I've made, and I'm going to actually have to build that up farther down the line. But let's get started. All right, so I have the stairs ripped off, the railing ripped off. I moved the fence. And there are the stairs. Next, I'm going to take the decking off. I'm going to remove this post because I'm going to want to notch it for the deck when it comes out here. Moving along good. All right. The fun part of home improvement. So I got the deck all ripped off, and now I have another issue. I'm going to have to replace that board. Luckily, if I can zoom out here, wrong way, it doesn't appear to be really holding any weight. So I should be able to cut that out, nail the decking and the sill plate that's on the other side of this wall back on, in theory. What is that over there? Oh, that's just a cross member to keep the deck from racking. So, off to the lumberyard. All right, this is day 2 of what should have been a one-day project. This looks a lot squarer in the camera than it does in person. But I think I figured out what happened, why this board rotted out. This is the north side of the house, and there was a pool for the dogs that was leaned up against there, which we haven't used in a while. And I'm sure it must have held all the moisture in. But all this has come about because, I don't know if anybody has ever heard of this, but we had crumbling concrete. And it took us 3 years to figure out that we don't have it. Well, in that 3 years, we didn't want to spend any money on the house because we didn't know if the foundation was rotting out from underneath it. So now that we know that the house isn't going to collapse under us, or it's going to cost us $100,000 to replace the foundation, or 100 more. We're starting to work on some of these projects. And again, this is so I can move the grill over here. It was time for it anyways. A lot of it was starting to rot out. From here, because if I'm going to keep it here, I need to fix this deck and that stair, and we have an issue that isn't code anymore, and it's kind of logical, and I don't know why they were allowed to do this to begin with, but our gas meter is right under our electric meter, and they're supposed to be 4 feet apart. So if we go to sell the house, we have to move it. The most logical place to move it, because it can't be near a window either, would be to move it over here where the grill is and close this door off. But you can see I've moved all my stuff inside the porch for the evening. But time to get to work. All right, so now that I've looked at this a little more, the first mission of the day is pretty obvious. Somehow I screwed this up multiple times. The one running across the house, when you put the level on it, it's got a slight rise to it. The one running along the porch drops slightly, which would be fine, so that it encourages water to run away from the house. But when I started at the porch and leveled, and then I went to the house, and then I came across, and just being off a tiny bit on each one compounded, and now I have this. And of course you can see my mistake from yesterday, and we can take a quick guess how I managed that. I put the level on the top, set it on over there, and then I marked it on the top here. This is why it's good to draw everything out, so that when you get tired or frustrated, you don't make stupid mistakes like this. Because these are stupid mistakes and should not have been made by me or anyone else. So this is pretty frustrating. So I got this nailed. Already got the post nailed. That means I get to use the Sawzall again to cut that all apart. I've got this to hold up the end here. So I will level this so that the water runs away from the house and porch. So I'll put a little bit of a slope to it. And mark that post and cut it again. And then this is going to be for the handrail. So I'm going to have to fill in my hole there, but fun, good start. And that's how much I was off. I don't know if you can see it, but man, you could visually see how twisted everything looked. So now that I got it braced, leveled, actually I think I might need to drop it down a little more. Look at this end. I didn't check this end. All right, next step. The deck is mostly complete. I need to buy a step for that. And I need to fasten down the chain link fence. And I need to cut up this brown 4x4 to fit in there, and that's what attaches the deck to the house. So the purpose of this video wasn't to show how to build a deck or anything like that. The purpose of the video was to start making videos. As you can see, it's raining today, so thank goodness I'm done. But this project that should have taken me a day And one trip to the lumber yard took me not 8-hour days, but the best part of a week. 5 trips to the lumber yard, 2 trips to Home Depot, and I still need to buy a step to nail to that because that little jump was too much for our dogs. So this will be the end of my first horrible video. The other point of these videos is everything I've read or listened to says your first videos are going to be horrible. Your first 10 videos are going to be horrible, and the next 10 will be a little better, but they're still going to be horrible. So I figured, let's get those out of the way.